Happy new moon. Happy new portal. It's been a very interesting day today. I said my intention today for this cycle to step into the energy of freedom. Step into the energy of freedom. I've been stuck in the energy of love for the last few years, trying to raise my vibration to the energy of love. And now, as I preach on the lunar cycle program, we don't stay stuck in any cycle. You know, we are constantly creating new goals, and we're constantly moving forward, ascending into our highest self, our higher self. And for a while, my goal was to step into the energy of love, which I've surpassed. And the next level is the energy of freedom. The energy of freedom, of truly, truly being free from all that self-love work. Being able to fully embody who I came here to be in this lifetime, who I came here to experience, and the soul family I came here to retrieve and to awaken and to activate. A lot of my mission has to do with helping humanity activate their higher self, ascend to their higher self, go through the karmic wheel, one lunar cycle at a time, and be able to transcend into their higher self, embody that version, that dream life, that ultimate highest timeline that you can possibly live in. And it's very possible, one lunar cycle at a time. Today, I had no idea where my day was going, but I ended up going into to meet, some really important people that I've been needing to meet for a few years, and it was finally in alignment today. So I stepped into that portal seamlessly. I was guided. My guides brought me there, and it was in a healing center that cures cancer. And I've been helping people heal cancer on my own with the nutrition program that I use with Purium, and my coaching and the spiritual coaching and the deep work. I've been helping people overcome a lot of chronic illnesses, even cancer. And today I was in this center, in this healing center, where that's what they do. They specifically heal cancer. And it's right here in West Palm Beach, So I met the owners, and I got to work in the garden. I got to see, the things that they're doing, the methods they're doing, and being able to actually have my own awareness of what can be improved to get to the next level. Because I've been doing this remotely, and I've been doing this over the last 4 years, where a lot of my clients, myself included, found out they had cancer once we started detoxing. And cancer really is just a long exposure to a lot of things that kill us, that kill our soul, that kill our mission. When we are in hell for too long, when we're in the energy of hell for too long, that's where you get cancer. That's where you get diseases. That's where you get, and unfortunately, we have been poisoned in this country with the water, with the air, with the food, with the mindsets, with the lifestyle, with the system that we've been following. But we can choose a new system, even when we're still here. I time travel into different timelines right here in Florida for the last 3 years. My guides have not allowed me to leave the state. Barely even allowed me to leave the county between Miami and Palm Beach until, I complete my mission here. And a lot of that had to do with learning that I can manifest anything right where I am. I've traveled so much in my life that it was amazing. I love to travel, but a lot of the time that I was traveling, I wasn't really growing the way that I needed to be growing, the way that I truly needed to be growing. And I found so much information about myself in those travels that in order to come back to life, to the real world, and stay in that reality, like those things need to be integrated. So I've started to realize that whenever I would travel, I would love certain things about the place where I'm visiting. And it just looks different. It's a different environment, it's a different look. But really, I would come back and I realized that I do have that where I am. I do have that. And in a way, this was a really long journey all around the world to realize that it's all about coming back to myself. It's all about coming back to me. And I have all these things already within me. So it's the same thing when we are comparing ourselves to other people and we see something in them that we love and that we like, and it triggers emotions within us like jealousy or lack. Listen, these shadows are really just being triggered so that we can transmute them and allow us to evolve. And to really understand the parts of us that still need healing and that still need attention so that we can continue to manifest the best life for us. When we feel the lack of something, that is something to go inside and within about. We're more than likely lacking something very important in our life, and it's not whatever that person has, but and it could be, we have jealousy, for example. It's a really big indicator of something that you want for yourself, and something that somebody else has that they've been able to achieve that you are not there yet. That's a beautiful thing to find out, that that's where you want to get to, because we're constantly evolving and we're constantly shifting and becoming the better version of ourselves. So when we see something that we like in other people and we feel like we're lacking that, it's just an invitation to set that goal for ourselves if it's in alignment with where you're going, with your highest goal. But it really is an invitation to level up and moving in a different direction. There's nothing to feel, there's a lot of self-belief that comes with that. When we see somebody else doing something, we think, how could they do that? Like my son sees me doing things all the time. He's like, I can't do it. That is his own block that he's creating by seeing someone that has been practicing and devoted to a certain practice for so long, and he sees me doing it and he thinks that he can't do it. Now, that's not something I want to, I want him to stay in that mindset. So immediately when I notice this, I'll help him shift that. I'll help him shift the mindset that he can't do it, because I'll let him know if that's something you want to do, you may not be there yet, but it is where you can be going. This journey is so long, and for some of us that could feel exhausting. But for a lot of you, there's still an invitation to understand that the journey is long. We're here to live a very long life, and it does not have to be suffering. It does not have to be miserable. It does not have to be full of lack. Okay, these are things that we're meant to evolve out of. Like for me, for instance, I've had to overcome a lot of poverty mindset and lack mindset from my generation. And for me, my soul was born in this lifetime already being my higher self. And there was so much integration that I had to do, especially in the family that I was born in, where I had to overcome and see these patterns where I did not want to continue to follow. And that was part of my journey. That was part of my journey to shift these patterns in my generation so that I do not continue to make these mistakes, but also see the patterns and see how they could help me integrate myself so that I'm not hating those parts of me, but I am noticing those parts of me and allowing those parts of me to shine even brighter. Because a lot of the things that we feel like we lack, it's actually one of our gifts. And that's where our power is. If we avoid it, if we pretend like the things that we lack or the things that we have are not good enough, that is very disempowering, because we really are perfect. We really are equipped with everything that we need. And the more we understand why we are the way we are, the more we get to love ourselves and be that way, because it comes natural and it's easy. And the journey you came here to experience, that you signed up for, those were part of your equipment that you will need to get to that point. So sometimes we have something and we don't like it. We feel like we want something better. But it's actually exactly what we need to get to the next place. Even if it makes you feel like it's not enough, that's motivation for you to go out and get more. Okay? So we can use these energies, instead of letting them bring us down, we can use the energies to motivate us. And this is how we find internal motivation to reach our goals and reach our dreams. God is number one and I'm number two. That's been a huge journey for me, to really reconnect myself to my divine, to God, to the universe, and be able to see God's creation and everything outside of me. I was only able to do that when I saw God's creation inside of me. And inside of me, that's the work of shifting the shadows and allowing the shadows to become powerful with the light. That's God's creation within me, which allows me to see everything outside. Now everything is God's creation, and everything is magical, and everything is beautiful, and everything is part of me. So that's a beautiful way to enjoy life. That's a beautiful way to live. And it's a great thing to remember. A big theme that's been coming up lately is, for a while, I was stuck in the energy, in like really, really dark energies that have been following me around since I was born. In my daytime, in my nighttime, when I would dream, when I would go to sleep, they would come in my dream. If I was protected during the daytime, they would come to me in the daytime. And if I would go to sleep, they would come to me in my sleep. And I still remember these nightmares, and they were so real. And they were real entities, they were real forces trying to stop my purpose. And I saw them in people. Every time that I was close to getting ahead and close to ascending to the next level. These energies will come and overtake me. And it was my job in this lifetime to learn to protect myself and be able to fight them off. So get so strong that these energies have no power over you. That's the journey. To become so powerful within yourself and knowing who you are, that everything that is not who you are has absolutely no power over you. And that's been everything. That's been amazing. I'm sure I still have other things to overcome, because otherwise the journey wouldn't be fun. But where I am right now, I like it, and I choose to stay in the energy of love. I choose to stay in the energy of I'm aiming towards the energy of freedom now, which I tap into it a lot. But I can feel there's parts of me that are not fully free yet. And that's okay, because that means that I have somewhere else to go, which is nice. It means that I'm not done. It means that even though I've gone through such a huge journey so fast, because I became so devoted in my work, and I became so devoted in my inner work, and just obsessing about remembering who I am and remembering what I came here to do, and being able to stand in that power, and being able to recognize that that's me. Like, nobody else can be that. It's up to me to be me. No one else can be me. That's really powerful, and it's a big responsibility, and it becomes a lot less heavy when we understand that that's just our nature, and it's who we are, to be in the highest energy of love. Now, when it's just who you are, and you're in lower vibration, that's not who you are. You are not the lower vibrations. You are love. You are the energy of love. And until you get to that, you have work to do. So don't believe that your life is going to stay like that forever. If you're in a lower vibration right now, if you're constantly feeling worries and fears, that is not who you are. And I'm here to remind you of this. You get to understand that's part of you, and that's important for you to have. But once it's getting in the way of your dreams and your goals, you have to understand that you need to figure out a way to let those shadows integrate, so that you can achieve your job, you can achieve your goals, your freedom. So where in your life do you still need to free yourself? And let that be an intention for this month. Today's the new moon. We enter a new portal, and we get to choose. We get to choose our intention. My intention is energy. That way it's pretty clear. I want to step into the energy of freedom fully, so that I can fully be free to be myself. And I feel like I'm pretty much there, but I feel like also that setting that intention is going to open even more doors for me. If I'm being called to set that intention, there's even more for me. There's even more for me to uncover and untap and tap into. And I am ready for it. I am so ready for it. I'm excited. I'm really excited, because I've been through the journey of reprogramming myself and reprogramming my fears and worries and jealousy and envy and doubt. Those are useful energies, and we're not meant to stay stuck in them. We can feel them, and we can let them be a teacher to show us what else we need to work on. What other part of us do we need to tend to? And we do this by going inward, by being aware, by being conscious of what we think and say and do. And, in the Lunar Cycle program, really, it's all about, to be able to reach that ascension, to be able to reach that balance, we need to be in alignment. And part of being in alignment is to say who we are and say what we're doing, and allow our actions to follow. So that's alignment. When you say something and you do it, that's alignment. Whatever is getting in the way between the things that you say you're going to do and your actual actions, that is the work in between that needs to happen. So get a hold of me on my calendar if you're wanting to do this deep work. We can do this deep work together. It's a spiritual journey. It's what you came here to experience. And I had a conversation with a friend this week. We were on the beach. We were at the beach, and we've been hanging out for a few weeks. And she finally is like, if if that were true, we're talking about something. And if that were true, it would mean like this is like a dream. It's like, who do you think you're hanging out with? The dream world is my world. That's the realm I live in, the dream world. I step into it, I embody it, and it comes to me. And anybody that comes around me experiences that too. They're able to step into that dream world too. Because our dream world is our highest timeline. Our dreams remind us of where we're going. Our higher self sends us messages to let us know where we're going. What's next? Now, I had to do a lot of work throughout my life to understand that the dark energies versus the good energy versus my higher self. Okay? The entities versus who you are. And those are two different things. So learning that emotional intelligence, that energy intelligence is everything. And being able to stay away from the energies that we no longer want to be around and embody, like fear, lack, jealousy, envy. We can notice them and we can choose, that's not who we are. That's not what I want in my life. I can honor you, I can see you, I can feel you, I can hear you. But this is my truth. Respectfully. And we move forward. Always remember today will be better than yesterday, but will be worse than tomorrow. If that works for you, I think that's fine. I don't like to use any negative words like that, like worse, to talk about my current reality. Even if I'm going through something pretty bad, it's something that I am moving past it finally, so that I can get to the other side. And that's part of integrating the shadows, of being able to feel those horrible sensations. And I mean, a lot of the things that will happen in our life are things that we manifest. So it's really an invitation to go within and figure out why are we manifesting these things in our life and how can we shift it. That's deep work that we can do together. I think that's this. I'm gonna end it here. I think that's everything that's coming through right now. Ciao, ciao. Happy new moon.